Welcome to Light in Building 2026 in Frankfurt. You are at the Living Light, an installation done by our office Lichtvision in cooperation with Messe Frankfurt and with all these participants who are supporting us with their products. The Living Light is a project of Lichtvision, and we as an international office with offices in Asia, Europe, and not only in Berlin but also in London and Barcelona. We took it as a task to make this as a holistic international approach to show our cultural intelligence, share different sorts of lighting designs of all these regions in the world, and do a story about the future of lighting. As you can see, the basic concept is that you have a spine, and this is like the connection to nature, where we are always grounded to. And we have a home, and hopefully everyone has one. And we think education is a really important topic we have to discuss. Work, you have a special experience, and then we will go to communication, because without communication there is no light. So welcome, I would like to bring you to our booth. If you look down, it is not only about lighting, it's a holistic experience. And we said like, welcome to join me in the spine. So the spine is about our connection to nature. As you enter, you see that the flooring changed, you are walking on cork, and everything's got a little bit more softened. You have these fractile framers working, because it's just like the reflection of life on the ground, in the space. You have the zoom in, you have your special moments, and you have that little lines which are following you through your life. So our idea was, we can't do the full life, but we can do a zoom in into special themes. The one is home, and I would like to introduce you to with me in that special phase. Welcome to home. I would like to introduce you and welcome you to our installation, which was mainly done by our Barcelona and London team. This space is about the possibilities you have by dynamic lighting, by changing color, by working with reflecting of materials and different layers, and where do you place the lighting. It is like having an understanding that this can be a spacious room, and it could be inviting, opening, but it is also about that you have those different fittings which might be not always all switched on, but due to the reflection you get an overall experience. So welcome in the morning. You have that little soft light on the seating. You have the warm dim and the warm light behind and before the curtain. So you get the experience of a different layer. You turn around and you see, like on the shelves, you have that little touch on, and you have these little, I think it's a really nice effect. It's like a little skyline of the pictures, and we asked all team members to send us their pictures of pets, and so you know a little about the team and what they were working on. So this is all about being really ready for the morning. You open the space, you have like the center, and then you also have the possibility of a more playful, more party scene. So you have that, and we had that week of Women's Day, so we are going for the pink, and you have that playful element of the single fittings. You have the calm backside, so the center is more on this, And this is only like a code which is giving the calm atmosphere in that space. So we can do a lot of things with dynamic lighting. We can bring a push to our homes, but then at the other hand, we can be also more calm, more reduced, and enjoy the day. And it can be triggers, it could be open us to inspiring moments, and it's all about color, and it's about layers. And here we are more in the afternoon scene, where it is, again, it is calm, it's focused on the center. We have that cove which defines the center. You have that little touch-up on the seating element, and it has a really soft color change, so you see the real color of the seating element. And it should make you calm, comfy, and feeling like a real home. With these elements behind the curtain, we have that really warm dim, and it works with the red curtain. So this room is all about material, how they work together. It tells the story, how is our work, how we work with interior architects, how we work with architects, and having these discussions about space, colors, materials, and bring it into a holistic approach. In this scene, this is like the night scene. It is, if you are looking up, you are looking at the blue cove, you see the stars, you are centered, you really want to calm down, and you want to rest and think and enjoy what a wonderful day you had. And the backside is really stepping down. So once in a sudden, which was a spacious area, becomes really very, very private. And we define the space with light and with the right light technology. And I think we have so many good tools around. It's on us how we play it. And it is also about the composition of light. So waking up, and I take you to the next room, which is education. I hope you liked your home, and it was inspiring for you to think about your own home. Back to spine. So the next room is education, and education is always underestimated. We are doing a lot of effort for work, hospitality, but for us it was a very important thing to bring the topic education to the lighting community. Welcome to education. And maybe I have to step back at that moment, because education is about learning, being inspired, to gain, and the main thing is really to keep in mind we are all, as humans, different characters. So there's a playful, there's a distracted, there is a digital learner, and there is the all over. So when we are starting to play, and I think for kids like a children's garden, and you see the shadows here, it is an experience. This installation is about having a really easy element, and it is about active learning. So you take those two colors, like yellow and blue, you add them, and you will have, you can add up and have your own experience. So it becomes green, so you do something, you see it here, you share it with the community, but you also have the reflection to the digital world. It's an easy installation, and the good thing is, after COVID, a lot of people have a projector already to do the digital learning. So it is the investment of a light box and a camera. So it is doing, learning, and watching and sharing. And I think that could be a playful moment where you add patterns, you learn about how things add up to in geometrical. And I think there are so many opportunities with this thing. And we hope maybe this could be something which could be shared in the community at all. And it's not a strong investment. And this, I think, is what people always think in lighting is really important. It's a beautification. No, it is. We are serving. So you have the general lighting, which brings all the things, but then you also have that little touch up of more warm colors to bring more an atmosphere to the space, and combined with acoustic elements, I think the room can change a lot and give a different feeling and surrounding for the kids. Welcome to the next room. Welcome for the learning with the distracted learner. So it's about exchange, it's about learn, it's development, it's all over. So we are in that global light of an indirect atmosphere. So it could be worked, and you see how the atmosphere in the space is changing. We're having here the warm dim, and it become more focused. It's a standard fitting with a prismatic lens. So you can take this room with different atmosphere, and you have the focal areas which we are used from office spaces, but learners also need a little bit of private space, and so it is defined by lighting and gives like the private moment in a community area. Now I would like to go with you to the digital learner. We have our device. It's about glare control, that you have no reflections in your tablet or iPhone while you're checking or you're learning, taking exercise. So you have that really focal point light on the space. You have a little bit of the backlight seating, and the room will change if you have the indirect component. Once in a sudden, that space has a real focal point in the ceiling more. It is like a very easy kind of modern chandelier, and you will have a new experience of the space, which are very easy components. And I think it's doable for the schools to bring that to real life. Let's go to the community. So this is like a little auditorium. It's about act, present and learn. And it is like a scene where you are gathering around, you talk, you exchange your knowledge, and then the space is changing and it becomes more like a working space, discuss things, and you have a complete different working atmosphere. And the next thing is really after where you have this indirect direct component is we define again the acoustic element and welcome to the stage, and you present to the audience. You are the focal point, and that could be done very easily. And we think the tools are around, it's only on us to use them. And I hope this was an inspiration for education for your further project. So our next room is work, and work is really an artistic approach, and it was done by our Hong Kong team. And it's about, you enter the space and it's a cubicle and it is light in emotion, and it should show a day in Asia. So you are coming in the morning, you're fresh, you have the energy, you have that more coolish light. So you are working on your spec. you are working on your drawings, you are already in the speed. This is also the only room which we have, which also have music. And you are in the flow, you are very focused, you do the design, you check the luminaires. You might have that messy desk because you are so stressed. Some people of you will have that too. So you are looking for mood images. Time is running like hell because you have the pressure of the deadline. And then you have lunch. And that is important to reschedule yourself. You being calm. The lighting is more relaxing. You might be inspired by the seaside, might be checking your new vacation destination. So it's really stepping out of work, and the lighting, the music, everything is bringing you down, and that you are ready to join. And the time feels like it's a little bit on hold. It's not as fast as it is in the working time. But then it's 2 and you have to be back. And then you remember, I have a deadline. And once in a sudden with a deadline, the speech is changing, the lighting is changing, it gives you the pressure. So the pressure you have as your own emotion is translated into the lighting. It is about the dynamic and speed of your working. It's reflected in the ceiling. You feel really confused because it's just like, how can I achieve it? I have to coordinate a lot of things. And this is showing emotions with lighting. And I think it is all about the setting of the workplace itself. It's really like always the same, but the lighting and the emotions is really working, and time is running. So 6 o'clock, there's a deadline. So only double check, is the drawing okay? Do I have to add something? So you're getting calm because you know you achieved it. So you look at your drawings, you look at the explanations, at the report, at your data sheets, at the schedule, the directory. Save the cat. I think a lot of people know that. If you haven't done, check your emails. Everything comes down because you achieved it. You see your calendar and look at the files, wrap it up, send it out. I want to meet friends, so I check Frankfurt. Where can we go? What is a good location to be at? And find it out, send it to my friends. And we are ready to go. And we are looking through the digital window and be really calm. And it was a successful day in Hong Kong. So the next one is our magic material. And the magic material is a special glass. And the special thing is really, you have a spotlight like a framer and you don't see the gobo in the light beam. And you see it, that there's still the projection. And then so you have your hand here, and then you take your hand below it. And if you're moving up, you see that the gobo is integrated. And you can do funny moves and be playful for it. So it's all in that material, which is done by Rayform. And we think this could be an opportunity for the lighting designers, being inspired, creating something really new. And it should be like a knot in your handkerchief, that There are materials around, we haven't really discovered them for our industry, and that could be a real fun moment, and you can have your interesting experience in light and shadow, but you still have the message of light and building. We are going now to communication, and communication is, I think we are in the century of communication. We learned digital. I think there are other things. We are ready to have a communication with artificial intelligence, but we know there is no light without communication. So bringing that into space, we were developing a really more clean setup. So give us a sec, we will enter the space and see you back in the room. Welcome to communications. As I said, there is no light without communication. And this is really like the white box. The star is more the sensor than the lighting. And you see all these suspended sensors. And it's a screen which tells you which light I'm activating. So if I go down here, you see this is the sensor. I activated the lines, and so if I'm going now to the next sensor, this will stay, so you can experience different light tools. So you see that little line which is integrated to define the seating area. And I'm going to the next one. You have that spotlights. You experience which different kind of tools you have. And now I'm going a little bit quicker. You see the downlights. And then once in the sun you can compose. And you have you see 3 elements are activated. So once in the sun, we are the designers, and we can do a lot of things together, and we can do the full light lines, and it's our composition. But it could be also interactive for people, and I think it's experience how sensors are working. It is a very private moment, but then at the other hand, they are a great tool for composition. And I hope you enjoyed it. You can experience by this little sneak inside what the installation is about, and I hope it was inspiring for you. You enjoyed it. And you can enjoy the fairground and looking for the right tools for your design. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful that we could do that collaboration with Messe Frankfurt and with all the sponsors and the great team of Grand Mission and Extralight. So I think you can see the breeze of our little light box off the ground, which wraps the whole installation in one experience. You have the communication space to exchange your ideas here. So you see just the easy boxes with an integrated well shield downlight and the LED fittings, which gives a little bit of reflection and decoration to the boxes, and the shininess is the dialogue. And I hope you will have the dialogue on what we have shown to you, and you get inspired and go back and create your own ideas and be sustainable, like what we try to be with that installation, that we are thinking about reducing waste, and that it's really recyclable, using things from stock, not being unresponsible with our environment and the tools we are using. So It's not only about lighting, it's about taking responsibility, and we are grateful for the collaboration that everyone in the team really puts the effort in it. Enjoy.